Hi ladies, this is Diane Tuggle from the Happy Scrapbooker, and today we're going to be making a fall inspired card. It's a fun fold card, and we are using the everyday arches for the shapes. So this is how it stands up, and I just love this fall paper and the stamp set. The stamp set is in our fall and winter catalog. It's called Amber Autumn. This is it right here. But the other stamp that I'm using is called Gathering Moments, and this is an online exclusive. And I'm using paper that is an online exclusive, and it is called, it is called Gathering Together. So there's lots of beautiful fall colors in here. Leaves, falling leaves. Here's some of the leaves. Stripes, plaids, wood tones. So that's an online exclusive. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So I was telling you about the dies. They are the Everyday Arches dies, and you get 10 of them. And that is something you should have in your stash just to use all the time. It's beautiful on scrapbook pages, cards, what do you call them? Samplers. So we're using the smallest everyday arch for the front of the card verse, and then these two that are concentric. The white one is for the off-white. It's very vanilla is what I'm using. It's for the front of the card, and this one measures 3 inches at the bottom. So then this one, I've cut two. I cut the green stripe and another very vanilla, and this measures 2.5 inches at the bottom. So I just love these fall colors in this paper this time. So the inks that we're using Mossy Meadow and Memento Black. And then these are my Stampin' Blends that I use to color the leaves. I'll tell you the colors as we color. And this is a basic fun fold Z-fold card. So it's really easy. This is just a strip of paper cut to 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And scored again at 2 3/4. So let me take my bone folder and see if I can reinforce the lines. There we go. So then the next piece that we need is a liner for the inside. And this is just a 1/4 inch smaller all around, so 4 by 5 1/4. This side's pretty too with the gold foil. This paper has gold foil on one side of the pattern, and then the other side is just printed. So we just need that right there, and then we need another one. It's 2 1/4. No, it's 2 1/2 by 4, and it's going to go right there. So this card is pretty easy to make once you get all your cuts done. So let's do the, I've got a little something on the front, but it doesn't matter because that's going to be covered up anyway. We're going to put this green, and I'm going to put it right to the edge of the stitching. So I'm going to get in camera here so you can see what I'm doing. See, the back of that green has the wood tone. That would be pretty also. We're going to line it up right next to that stitching, and that gives us an even border all the way around. So that is the front of the card. And we're going to add a little ribbon to the front of this. So I just want some on the end down here, and I'm just going to turn this over and tape it to the back side. So we'll put it right here. That is all together. And now we're going to put this on with some dimensionals. I'm going to put them right over the ribbon just to kind of reinforce that. And then we'll put, ooh, my fingers are sticking to everything. Another row. So that should be enough. I'm stuck to a dimensional. Get off. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to eyeball this and center it so I can use the lines in this plaid paper. I could have gone, well, that looks about the same. I could have gone over just a little more, but that's all right. It's going to work just fine. So now we're going to put our inside piece to the card, and instead of worrying about how to get it in there, I'm going to put a little wet glue on the back of it. This is where you're going to sign your card, or you could put another verse, but I'm going to lay it like that on the front, and I'm just going to flip my card closed and press it together. And now when you open it up, voila. So we have a little verse for the front, and that is from the stamp set. Many Thanks. Many Thanks is from Gathering Moments. So it is this one right here. I'm going to put that over to the side. And I'm using my Mossy Meadow ink. And I'm going to make sure that the stitch side is up. Tap, tap, tap. Down and up. And put that over there on my cleaning pad. And put this ink away before I spill something on myself. And let me just clean my fingers off real quick here. How many of you use your stamping cleaner to clean your hands with? It works pretty good. Okay, now we're going to put a couple little dimensionals on that. So I know I want it to sit right there. And I don't want it to be hanging down, so I'm going to double up this one. And put that one right there. Because this is already on dimensionals, see, it's a little bit of lift there, so that's why I doubled that. I'm going to put the Many Thanks right there. So we're going to put that away for right now, and we're going. So we have our whole card done except for the decoration. Now I have stamped some of these beautiful acorns and oak leaves. I colored one already, and I'm going to show you how to color another one. So I'm going to start with my lighter colors. So I'm using Lemon Lolly. This is dark lemon lolly. If you don't know, when you buy Stampin' Blends, you get two colors in the same shade. So this is the light, this is the dark. That way you can blend colors together really easily. So I'm just going to add some yellow. Now I'm not trying to make my leaves the same because there are not any two leaves the same, but that's the colors that I'm using. Then the next color that I'm using is Granny Apple Green in the light, and I'm using the brush end, and I'm just blending right into that yellow. And I'm going to do it on this side also. And I'm not being real fussy about it. So that's the Granny Apple Light. Now I will go to the Granny Apple Dark, just to give it a little more depth. Now this set of leaves right here, I'm not going to be coloring the acorn. I'm going to be cutting that out. So those are my Granny Apples. And now I have Real Red. And I'm going to be using the Real Red Light. And this time I'm going to use, oops, I forgot one shade of green. This is Mossy Meadow Light. So I'm going to put that coming right here. Am I in the camera? I thought I was in the camera. I hope I'm in the camera. So basically I did my yellow, my Granny Apple Green, light and dark, and my Mossy Meadow Light. And now I'm going to my Real Red. This is the light. And I'm going to start adding and blending some red in there. And this leaf over here. And then I'm going to get the Real Red Dark. And I'm going to go over some of these little shadow marks. And get some darker red in there. And I'm going to put a little up the center here. Like I say, I'm not trying to make them look the same. And then I have my copper clay. Yeah, my copper clay dark, and I'm going to use the nib. And I'm going to put some darker veins in here. Because these are fall leaves. Okay. So now I am going to take my Lemon Lolly Light, and I'm going over all of this and kind of let it blend together. Okay, let me move my markers. And now this, I've cut them out with the die that goes with the coordinating die. But I'm just going to be cutting leaves here. I don't need that part. So I'm going to trim this up just a little, because even though it's cut with the die, I don't want all this white or off-white. This is very vanilla I'm using for cardstock. I don't want it standing out on that green. green paper. So I am going to hand trim this off. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So ladies, I have a Facebook group page, and it's called Diane Tuggle at the Happy Scrapbooker and Card Maker. So the link for it will be in the description box. And I'm trying to grow that as well as my YouTube channel. And I have a contest on that page right now, that group page. And it is to win a stamp and die set. And it is, the stamp and die set is called Delicate Pines. Let me get it and I'll show it to you. I'm right here. So here is the Delicate Pines stamp set. Brand new one, and the die set. And here is a card that I made from it. So the contest, let me show you my Facebook group page, what it looks like. Hold on one second. Okay, it's called, here it is, The Happy Scrapbooker, Diane Tuggle. And across the top of the page, you have to ask to join first of all, and I'll approve you. Then the contest is under featured, so it has featured, you, about, chats, photos. You just hit featured, and right here it has 2025 fall contest. And so it shows you the rules and the time period you have until October 15th. I started this September 15th. The value of the stamp and dies is $56.50. And the contest, first thing you have to do is when you enter, make sure you use the hashtag fall 2025 contest. That way I know it's an entry. And you can make and post a winter or holiday themed card, but they have to have snow or snowflakes on the card somewhere. And you can use Stampin' Up! Supplies. They can be retired, and you need to list the supplies that you used. And so you would win this beautiful stamp and die set. And there's so many. Here's a card I made with it. I have a video on that. So you have you can enter 3 times. And when you have entered 3 times, I will be contacting you to send you a small gift. It could be a package of Stampin' Dimensionals. It could be a package of bling or a spool of ribbon. It just depends on what I have available, really. So I hope you will do that. Let's get back to our card. I did a contest, I think it was in July, and I had like 17 entries. And so I had a lot of gifts to give to people. And the girl that won, she was just thrilled to death. So push that down just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and put our card together. So we have our leaves and our acorns and leaves. I can't get my words out today. So this one I trimmed the extra paper off of, and I am going to just go ahead and do that here too, because I really don't like it against that extra white showing on that green. It's like that. I don't like it. So it only takes us a few minutes. Well, not very long at all. to cut around. Another thing that would be pretty on these leaves is some Winkostella to give them a little shimmer. Almost done. That's my doorbell, sorry ladies. It's connected to both my phones I have up here. And now that's the dogs. Let me see if somebody delivered something. Somebody's out there. I guess my husband will figure it out. Okay, there we go. I've done all that. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue these guys down. These are just the 2 leaves by themselves. And I will put them about right here. And then this, I'm going to use dimensionals and glue. So I'm going to put the glue on the little stem and put dimensionals on the leaves. Okay, so they're gonna go, I'm gonna put them kind of like that. And the next thing we need is our bow. So the bow is from the Mossy Meadow and Gold trim. It's really pretty green and gold ribbon. And I made a double bow, and I'm going to use glue dots and wet glue also to hold it in place. So we'll put a couple of glue dots on there, and then some wet glue. And, oh, it's stuck to my finger. I'm going to put it right on the paper that time. And I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to stick a little wet glue under there and under there and give it a good press. And now we're going to put on our embellishments, and these are low profile sparkle dots. And we're going to use 3 of them. So we're going to put one there. These are in 2 sizes, small and large. Put one there. And then I'm going to put one of the small ones, if I can get it. There it is, right up here. I love those. They're very sparkly. Very, very sparkly. So here's our card, and it just opens like this. Real simple. Sets up. Here's the first one. I think I like the bow better on the first one, but I'll fuss with it a little bit. There we go. So, I hope you liked it, ladies. I hope you'll give it a try. Fall cards are great for masculine birthdays. Thank you cards, get well cards. Thinking of you. and for Thanksgiving also. So there you go. That was a quick and simple fun fold card. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope you all will have a wonderful day. Bye.